Well, good morning, everyone. Well, Jesus kind of paints a sort of a dire picture in the gospel that we just heard. And today we celebrate the memorial of Saint Andrew Dung Lac and companions, also known as the martyrs of Vietnam. And there were 117 of these martyrs, but really throughout these couple of centuries, the 17th and 18th century, there were over 100,000, even into the 19th and 20th century, hundreds of thousands of Christians killed in Vietnam, right, as they tried to prevent the faith from spreading. And Jesus says, some of you will be killed, right, for your faith. And I don't think I could do that. You know, I'm a big scaredy cat. So I thank God that I don't believe that I will ever be in that position to have to be asked to die for my faith or to suffer extreme hardship for my faith. I mean, Monsignor Koo spent decades in prison because of his faith. I don't know if I could do that. I'm a big scaredy. But Jesus also, that just because I'm not going to be put in that position doesn't mean that I don't have to defend my faith, that I won't be called on to defend my faith. Because we are, right? And Jesus tells us, don't worry about that because I'm going to give you the words. And so, I think it's worth asking, reflecting, why am I Christian? Why am I Catholic? Can I defend that? We live in a culture where Christianity is kind of countercultural, right? We live in a very selfish culture. We live in a very judgmental culture. And these run counter to Christian values. Christianity is selfless, and it's hopefully non-judgmental. And so Jesus says, don't worry when you're challenged about your faith. I'll give you the words, but it's a good idea to think about it a little bit. Why am I Catholic? Well, the Holy Eucharist is one reason. I mean, I can say I'm Catholic because, you know, when I was a baby, my parents had me baptized in the Catholic faith. No, that's not why I'm Catholic. That's how I became Catholic. Why I'm Catholic is because of the Holy Eucharist, because this is the church that Jesus founded. And so kind of Jesus said this is sort of the path to get to heaven. Ultimately, that's where I would like to get, to heaven. Right? Not today, but eventually. And so this morning as we gather, I think probably I'm not the only one here who would answer that question. I'm Catholic because of the Holy Eucharist. And so as we gather to share that Holy Eucharist together, let us on this day before Thanksgiving give thanks to the Lord that He's likely not going to call us to spill blood for the faith, to lose our lives for the faith, but He is going to call us to defend our faith from time to time. And so let us ask the Lord for that clarity, to be able to defend that faith in a way that makes sense and can draw others to the faith.